Network is very important no matter where you are or wherever you're moving to. It's a vital part of enjoying your living wherever you're located. So let's jump into how to build a great network when you move to Jamaica.
Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself and welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. So on today's episode, we're going to be looking at moving to Jamaica. How do I build a social network? Moving to Jamaica, how do I build a social network? Now, when you're moving back to Jamaica, don't necessarily expect that the friends you had before you move away are going to automatically become your friend again, especially if you didn't work on retaining and developing and fostering those relationships. Equally, don't expect that your family members who you've left behind and probably did not have a great relationship with or communicate with a lot whilst you were away to suddenly become your social network. And distant relatives, don't just assume that because you're returning they're going to become your network, especially if there isn't much in it to gain for them. So we need to be very mindful about what we're expecting when we're returning to Jamaica so that we are very clear about how we're going to build out our social network. When trying to develop a social network, there are three questions you need to ask yourself. And the first one is, are the people that you're going to be associating yourself with of a similar mindset to you and have a similar drive and aspiration as you do? Secondly, how will they help to cement your return and settlement in Jamaica? And thirdly, what are some of the values that social network will bring to enhancing your life experience as you've returned, settled, and will be living in Jamaica? Once you're able to answer those three questions, it becomes better for you to then be able to decide how to build out your social network and the people you want to bring into your social network. One of the first group that you need to explore building into your social network is a supply chain. And this supply chain includes ground provision, seafood, if that's what you want to have, or other food supplies and sources that you will need. And also things like utility supplies, so like gas and other things like that you're going to be using. So it's seeking out effective, efficient, competent individuals that you want to bring into your circle in that way, and also a pest control person. Now, another thing that you want to be looking at is skilled network. So you want to be able to build out a network of skilled practitioners who are going to be supplying you with their services throughout your time that you're there. So for example, you need to make sure that you have a plumber, a gardener, and if you need a domestic engineer for different things that you might need to be done, amongst other things that you will need as you are getting your life up and going here in Jamaica. Many people on their return aren't driving, or they don't buy, so they rent. So you also need to take those things into consideration for your circumstance. If you are not driving your own vehicle, then you're going to need to make sure that you include in that network a taxi or taxi personnels that you can call on, and you might also want to include in that rental services as part of your network, so that you have those people that you can call on when you need their services. If you're one of those people who drive, then of course you're going to want to have insurance personnel in your network, and you're also going to want to have mechanics in your network so that you are able to get those services from competent individuals as needed. You do not need to go looking for all of these people independently on your own. In the same way that you have a Google search that will give you feedback on different providers in your region where you are now, your Google search when you are here in Jamaica will be some of the people within the community in which you are living. And so it's important that you make sure that you partake in some of the social clubs that exist in your community and start to interact with individuals so that they can give you recommendations as to people who they feel are professional. Then you can investigate for yourself to see if the service they provide meets your needs. Of course, you can still Google and search out what you need. However, oftentimes you will get good feedback from people who have used these people for themselves and are then able to give you a referral in that way. Most gated communities have social clubs, and you can become a part of that. And they have specific times when they meet, which you can be told from the maintenance team for those gated community. When it comes to non-gated community, which majority of the communities here will be, then what you will then need to do is to be a part of the neighborhood watch. And you can find out information about this from either the person who you're renting or buying from, or you can find out about it from your neighbors, who will give you information about their meeting times and or the people who are responsible for running those neighborhood clubs. And then once you join those, you can then start to see the different people with different expertise and skills that are within the neighborhood that you could also call on for services, and as such become a part of your extended social network. Churches in Jamaica have lots of women's group, men's group, and a lot of activities for young people, and give them a lot of opportunities to interact and to socialize with lots of different events that are going on. So again, that's an opportunity that you have for those people who are involved in church settings that you are able to go to and do. For those people who are parents who have children, there are very active PTA groups in majority of the schools in Jamaica, and you just need to make sure that you approach the school, find out information about the Parent Teachers Association, and get in touch so that you can become an active member of that. And in so doing, you get to meet other parents and also other people to build out your social network, because there are people from within the same socio-demographics that you would also be actively participating in. There are several expatriate and repatriate groups that you can find in Jamaica on the different social platforms. If you go onto Facebook and you just do a search, there are several groups on there as well that you can join. Some of them are open membership, some of them you become a membership based on referral to the group, and some of them are free membership, others of them are paid membership, and so you are able to join any of those if you so choose to do. There are other groups that are on WhatsApp, and some of them are set up and they're free to join, and there are others that you pay to join, and it's just look at what's available and then you can do that. Majority of the WhatsApp groups tend to be invite, so people who are already in there and know you then invite you into those groups. Currently we are not on any group that's on any of the different platforms. The social network that we have is just a social network of people that we are developing as we're going along. And some people have asked us about setting up a group, and it's something we have thought about and is giving thought to. And so if and when we do so, then we will ensure to inform you, and you can then decide whether or not that's something you would want to be a part of. If all else fails when you come in terms of a social network that you can grab onto and go, and having activities with other people, especially if you are coming as a single person, or if you're coming as a parent to children, and you to young children, and you want them to have a network of people who can relate to some of their experiences that they're having. One of the things to do is to consider setting one up for yourself. If you cannot find one that meets your specific needs, but there are loads of them that already exist. Also, there are lots of repat association. There are two associations that you might want to be aware of, or at least be able to look into what services they offer. The first of them is the Returning Residents Association of Jamaica. You might want to look further into that. It's been long running establishment, and you might want to look into that a little bit further. The other one is the Jamaica Association for the Resettlement of Returning Residents, and that's the second one that you might want to explore if those are things that interest you and you want to be a part of those groups. Hopefully this information has given you some insight into how to be able to come here and set up a social network in which you won't feel isolated or feel out of touch with leaving your life that you had wherever you're moving back from. And when you come here, you are able to have a close-knit network of reliable people that you can call on and count on for the support that you will be needing as part of not just settling back into Jamaica, but also throughout your time as you are living and experiencing the life that you are curating for yourself and or your family as you return to Jamaica. I've got this puzzle that I found, and I think I've figured out how to do it, and so I want to see if Eliona can do it and how long it will take her to figure it out, because she like figgy puzzles all the time for do and put you up on the spot. So I'm going to do the same to her now and see how she gets on. So the puzzle is a tracing puzzle. So it's this one here, and what she needs to do is to trace the whole pattern. She cannot lift the pen at any point, and she cannot retrace anything that any line that she has traced over before. So I'm going to see if she can do it under pressure, on the spot, like she normally like to do. She's good at puzzles, so we're going to see how she gets on with this one. I'm going to go in on it now. Eliona, what you do? Oh, I want to ask you to do something.
What?
Do you think you're up for it?
It depends what it is.
It's a challenge.
What kind of challenge?
It's a puzzle.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got to get it done. You have 60 seconds to figure it out, and here you go. So I'll explain the rules to you, and then your 60 seconds will start. So you've got to trace over that pattern so that you recreate the whole thing. You cannot lift your pen or at any point whilst you're doing it, and you cannot retrace any lines. And so your 60 seconds start now.
Done.
Like, honestly.
I saw this on YouTube.
Did you see how they do it, or did you already figure out how to do it?
Because they were getting it wrong.
Uh-huh.
I just traced it with my finger.
Oh, so you already figured it out and solved it. Okay then. Well, you've done it. So there's another one that I want you to solve, and I'm going to go figure out how to bring it this time, because you do this one so quick. I'm hoping that you're gonna take the next one. I go actually give you a more challenge. She thinks she clever, not true? So may I have this next one, and may I go see if she can crack it just as quickly. So see the next one here.
Another one?
Yeah, I did say I'm going to give you that one.
Though.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see.
Time start?
Your 60 seconds start now.
Done.
What? Do that again.
You go and this way, and then go up, down, and then.
Did you see this somewhere? Did you do it before?
I saw it I saw it on YouTube and I saw it on TikTok.
Oh, did they show the solution or just show the house?
No, they were just trying to solve it.
Okay. So, it's one of those games where they're trying to figure it out, and then they say you can download the app. Okay. I thought that these would be some good summer brain teasers, but I'm going to have to come back better than this then for the next time. Alright then. Okay, so you win this round.
Yep.
And I'll be back with some more.
And I'm going to win still.
Okay then, we'll see about it. Who knows the name of this bush? This herb? Who knows what it is? And what is it used for? Tell us in the comments below. What's the name of this one? And what is it used for? Here is another one. Could you tell me what the name of it is and what it's used for, so that we all know what it is? And this one, do you know what this is? That's the flower on it. Any idea what it is and what it's used for? And the last one for today, what is this one? And what is it used for?